It's open, it's everywhere. A lot of people have even done videos about this. If you come to Kenya, you don't try Kenya nyama choma with ugali, then you've not been to Kenya. Hey, what's up my good people? My name is Nzioka, your Kenyan village boy, and in today's video, I'll be talking about my home country. You guys know that I've been moving to different countries. I've been in South Africa, Botswana, Uganda, Tanzania, but today I'll be talking about Kenya and things that I like and dislike about Kenya. This video is to help you or help the people who want to learn a little bit about Kenya, or you're interested to move into Kenya one day. Hope this video helps you learn 1 or 2 or 3 things about Kenya. I'm going to start with a positive perspective about this video. So let's begin the video. Number 1, let's talk about the people. Kenyan people, they're the most friendly people that you've ever met. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Kenyan, but to say the truth, once you come to Kenya, you realize that they will directly recognize you. So long as you're speaking English, you can't speak Swahili, they're automatically going to recognize you and they're going to welcome you. They want to move you around, show you different places where you can eat and all that. So Kenyan people, they're so friendly. Number 2 is the matatu culture. In Kenya, we have different means of moving around. We have the Ubers, we have the in-driver, we have the taxis, we have the minibuses, now which we call them matatus. And the reason why we call them matatu culture is because they're different from anywhere else in the world. The reason why they're so different is because, first, the way they're decorated and they're modified outside. Secondly, the way they look inside. They have music, they have disco lights, they have televisions, they have CCTV cameras inside, and they have loud music. So it's like a moving cinema when you get into these matatus or these minibuses. So you should come and try using one of them. They are so safe and they're the best means of transport you can ever use while you're in Kenya. Number 3, we're talking about the Kenyan food. You can never talk about Kenya and don't talk about Kenyan food. Kenyan food, we're talking about nyama choma. If you come to Kenya, you don't try Kenya nyama choma with ugali, then you've not been to Kenya. You should at least try nyama choma and ugali. If you want to see a video of me doing a video of the places that you can go and try these foods, then hit me on the comment section. Let me do this a video, or you can hit me on Instagram, follow me there and ask me this question if you're moving to Kenya and you want to try this, okay? Number 4, we're talking about the safaris, the wildlife safaris. If you come to Kenya, the first thing that everyone would suggest is going for a safari. When you talk about a safari, is whereby you get a game drive, you got to see these lions, you see cheetahs, you see the big 5. You know what I mean? So the best ones in Kenya, we have the Masai Mara, we have Amboseli, we have the Tsavo. We have so many around, and even Nairobi National Park, which is the only capital city or the only national park in the world inside a capital city. When you come to Kenya, at least you should move around, try this. They're very cheap, but they're a little bit expensive. I'll be honest, they're a little bit expensive for foreigners. They might end up paying for that, okay? And you'll, one way or the other, going to enjoy even seeing the wild beast at Masai Mara, crossing the Mara River, okay? So make sure you try that, and if you want to go around with me, hit me on the comment section or hit me on Instagram. Number 5, the cost of living. Kenya is one of the most developed countries, and actually the most developed countries in Eastern Africa, and also the second in Africa, number 1 being South Africa. And this means that the cost of living should be high, but that's the vice versa, because Kenya has very low cost of living. You could get Airbnbs, houses to rent for very cheap, land for very cheap, everything for very cheap. Trust me, when I say this, I'm saying this for being a Kenyan. Kenya is very cheap. Number 6 is the Kenya coast. And Kenya coast, when we talk about it, we talk about Mombasa, we talk about Diani, Kilifi, Malindi, and Lamu. These places make the best beaches in the world. And the best place to visit when you go to the Kenya coast is Diani. Diani beaches, they are the best. I've been there. If you haven't watched those videos, please go and check them on my Mombasa playlist, and then you will see all these videos that I've done in Diani. The best place, the best and the most beautiful beaches with the white sand beaches and the most friendliest people, cheap places to move around and to stay, the best cuisines. That place is so magnificent. And I'm so glad I'm a Kenyan being from a place with the best beaches in the world. So you should at least come to Mombasa, come to Kenya and go and try Diani Beach. So now let's talk a little bit about the things that I feel like Kenya should a little bit change or should improve on. Or in other words, I could say my dislikes about this country, even if it's my own country. Number one is the traffic. Kenya leads to be one of the most countries with a lot of problems when it comes to traffic. It has the most developed roads, but at the same time, it has a lot of traffic. More so in Kenya, Nairobi, we have a place called Mombasa Road, a road that comes from Nairobi to Mombasa. That road is always having traffic 24/7, no matter what. There's always traffic because it connects different countries, and I think that's the problem. We have a lot of traffic, although even we have other new roads. I think this road and Nairobi and other roads around Nairobi, they have a lot of traffic, and that's something that should change in the country of Kenya. So Kenya, although you have a lot of good things, please try as much as possible to change on this part about traffic. My number two and the last one on this one is my worst one, the one that I dislike so much, even if I'm a Kenyan, and this is all about corruption. Kenya leads in corruption in Eastern Africa and number 3 in the world with a lot of corruption. It's open, it's everywhere. A lot of people have even done other videos about this. When you're moving around, you see policemen, they're getting money and all that from people and they're collecting money. That's not government money, that's corruption. They're trying to take bribes, and it's everywhere. Even if you see signs say corruption-free zones, like when you get to Kenyatta International Airport, you see corruption-free zone. It's not always the case. Most of the time, there's always corruption. And even places that you don't expect to be corruption, like in the government and everywhere, in the shops and everywhere, like it's all over. And for you to move around, you have to tip the money, or things are going to be hard for you, or they're going to be expensive. So that's something that I dislike so much about Kenya, although sometimes it helps. When you're around here in Nairobi or in Kenya, sometimes it helps. You'll have to tip people and give bribes for things for you to go smoother than others. So that's something that I don't like about Kenya. And this video is all about my own perspective. If you think that there's something that I said which was right or wrong, you can tell me in the comment section. Add me on Instagram. Please follow me on Instagram. And for subscribe on this channel, we're on the way to 20,000 subscribers, okay? And if you're watching me for the first time, please, there's a join button. You can join and you'll get exclusive content from just other content that I usually produce. So please follow me in all my other social media accounts. Thank you so much for watching, and let me see you on the next one. Peace out.